Since antiquity, the Northeast African kingdoms extended their control over parts of Western Asia and India. African rulers, explorers, merchants, and pilgrims also established their presence across Europe and Asia, which linked societies living in the different continents. From Yasuke, who was the first African samurai, to the pilgrims sent by Ethiopian ruler to meet the Pope in 1400s, let's get started. Malik Ambar was born in 1548 in Harar, which was part of the Adal Sultanate in present-day Ethiopia. After being sold multiple times by various slave traders, he eventually arrived in India, where he was purchased by Genghis Khan, who was the Peshwa or Prime Minister of the Ahmadnagar Sultanate. Ambar quickly gained prominence in the court and loyally served Khan, where he learned valuable skills in diplomacy, military strategy, and political organization. Following Khan's demise in around 1594, Ambar was freed and launched an exceptional political career in the Deccan region. Within a year, he commanded a cavalry of more than 150 men and began to assemble a rebel army that rapidly expanded into the thousands. By 1600, as a fully fledged general, he became a key figure in the resistance against the Mughal Empire's expansion into the Deccan. He achieved great victories against the armies of Mughal emperors Akbar and Jahangir by using his innovative guerrilla warfare tactics. In around 1610, Ambar founded a new city called Kadki, which was later renamed Aurangabad in the 1650s, and constructed several palaces. Malik is especially famous for building the impressive water system of Kadki, which he completed in just 15 months. This system operated efficiently without any maintenance or cleaning for 321 years. Upon his demise in 1626, he was celebrated as one of the greatest leaders in the Deccan. Yasuke arrived in Japan in 1579 in his mid-20s, serving the Italian Jesuit Alessandro Valignano. In a letter by Jesuit Lorenzo Mejia in 1581 and a later account by Francois Solier in 1627, Yasuke is described as a black man and identified as from Mozambique. They spent the first 2 years of their stay in Kyushu, after which Valignano decided to travel to Kyoto in 1581 as an envoy to seek an audience with Oda Nobunaga, who was the most powerful person in Japan. Upon their arrival in the capital, a commotion arose among the locals who wanted to see Yasuke. Nobunaga summoned him out of curiosity and was fascinated by his skin color, which he initially thought was black paint. He ordered Yasuke to be washed, but his skin color remained the same. Nobunaga was impressed by Yasuke's appearance and stature and took him into his service, giving him the Japanese name Yasuke. This made him the first recorded foreigner to be granted the rank of samurai, along with a sword, a house, and a stipend. Yasuke remained in Nobunaga's service until the lord was betrayed and attacked by a senior vassal, leading to his demise on June 21st, 1582. Afterward, Yasuke was sent back to the Jesuits, and there are no records of his life after this event. While Ibn Battuta is relatively unknown outside the Islamic world, he is the most traveled explorer in pre-modern history, having covered approximately 117,000 kilometers, far surpassing Gengis' 50,000 kilometers and Marco Polo's 24,000 kilometers. He was born in 1304 in Morocco and went on a Hajj to Mecca in 1325 at the age of 21. What is usually a 16-month journey turned into nearly 30 years before he returned to Morocco. During this time, he explored much of the Islamic world, including North Africa, Middle East, East Africa, Central, South and Southeast Asia, China, the Iberian Peninsula in Europe and West Africa, traveling through over 40 modern nations. Upon his return to Morocco in 1354, Battuta spent the next year dictating his adventures to a writer called Ibn Juzay. They came up with a book titled A Gift to Those Who Contemplate the Wonders of Cities and the Marvels of Traveling, that is better known as the Rihla or Travels. Although it was not widely recognized in its time, the book is now considered as one of the most comprehensive accounts of the 14th century Islamic world. While not as well known as travelers like Marco Polo and Zheng He, Sayyid of Mogadishu achieved several notable accomplishments. He is recognized as the first African to study Mandarin and the first to translate it into a native African language, that was Somali. Sayyid was born in Mogadishu in 1301 and would go on to become one of the most notable scholars and travelers of the 14th century. He left Mogadishu as a teenager to study in Mecca and Medina in the Middle East, where he spent 28 years acquiring knowledge and building a reputation that earned him audiences with the amirs of both cities. Sayyid is believed to have traveled extensively throughout the Muslim world, including visits to Bengal and China. While on the west coast of India, Sayyid met the fellow African traveler Ibn Battuta, who was also on his journey touring the Muslim world. Additionally, Sayyid is credited with helping Somali sultanates become prominent players in the trade between Africa and Asia. Bilal was born in Mecca in 580 to an Abyssinian mother named Hamama, who was said to have been a former princess of Abyssinia. He was a devoted Sahaba or companion of the Prophet Muhammad, making him one of the earliest converts to Islam and the first person of non-African descent to adopt the faith. In 622, Prophet Muhammad, along with Bilal and the small Muslim community, migrated from Mecca to Medina. There, Muhammad appointed Bilal as the minister of the treasury, where he distributed funds to those in need, including widows and orphans. Additionally, Muhammad appointed him as the first muazzin, or the reciter of the azan, which is the Islamic call to prayer. Bilal is said to have possessed a deep, melodious voice and was known for his wisdom and a strong sense of dignity and self-esteem. After his demise in Damascus, it is said that his descendants migrated to Ethiopia in East Africa. In a grand ceremony in 1414, ambassadors from the Somali and Swahili states visited the Chinese court and gifted a giraffe to Emperor Yongli. The court honored the giraffe and revered it as a symbol of the mythical Chilin, which was associated with good fortune. The East African ambassadors traveled through China and enjoyed lavish hospitality at every point. While this may be the most documented Sino-African relation, Somali kingdoms may have visited China in the 800s. Another instance of Africans in China comes in 1071, when an embassy arrived from an unidentified East African kingdom, as noted in the official history of the Song dynasty. The kingdom, which was referred to as Senchtan, was said to be inland and minted its own coins. It is believed to have been located along the Swahili coast, as the word Senchtan may have been coined from the Persian and Arabic words Zanj or Zench, which was used for the Swahili coast. Archaeological evidence of this long-standing connection also includes Chinese porcelain from the Tang dynasty that reigned around 618 to 907 AD that were found in coastal Kenyan villages. Mansa Musa, who was the ruler of the Kingdom of Mali from 1312 to 1337, is often regarded as the richest person to have ever lived. His great wealth and fame grew as he traveled on his pilgrimage to Mecca. Before his pilgrimage, Mali was relatively unknown beyond West Africa, but his journey put both him and his kingdom on the map, with the University of Timbuktu attracting scholars from as far as Syria. His passage through Egypt further strengthened his reputation as the wealthiest man and caused quite an impression. Arab writers noted that he traveled with an entourage of tens of thousands of people and dozens of camels, with each carrying 136 kilograms of gold. During his stay in Cairo, Mansa Musa and his caravan gave away so much gold that the overall value of gold in Egypt plummeted for the 12 years that followed. Tales of his great wealth even reached Europe, and in 1375, Spanish cartographers created the Catalan Atlas, which showed West Africa prominently featuring Mansa Musa sitting on a throne, holding a nugget of gold in one hand and a golden staff on the other. Following the publication of this atlas, Mansa Musa became established as a symbol of great wealth. The Ethiopian embassy to Venice in 1402 is perhaps not the earliest recorded instance of an African diplomatic mission to Europe. Ethiopian pilgrims and possibly imperial representatives may have reached Europe even earlier, although this is often debated. A notable example is a delegation of 30 ambassadors from Abyssinia who were sent by the Abyssinian emperor Wedem Arad, who passed through Genoa in Italy in 1306, reportedly traveling to the papal court in Avignon in France to meet Pope Clement V. Giovanni da Carignano, who was the rector of a church in Genoa, interviewed these ambassadors and created a map of the Mediterranean that labeled a region near the Nile Valley as Terra Abyss that was home to the black Christians, suggesting Ethiopia as the center. However, the origins and purpose of this delegation remain highly debated. In contrast, the Ethiopians who arrived in Venice in 1402 were undeniably officially sent by Abyssinian Emperor Dawit. Their mission had a religious purpose, and they returned to Ethiopia with chalices, crosses, holy relics, and a fragment of the true cross, which the Doge of Venice gave them. In 1427, Emperor Yasuke of Abyssinia sent a mission to the King of Aragon in Valencia, in Spain, to establish diplomatic ties. The King of Aragon was eager to establish this connection and even proposed a royal marriage to strengthen the alliance. He also sent artisans and craftsmen to Abyssinia as well. Unfortunately, neither the delegation nor the letter reached Yasuke. The journey would have required them to pass through Egypt, where the Muslim rulers were unlikely to favor communications between these Christian nations. As a result, the proposed marriages never occurred. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon in our next video.